How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I am going to be doing my 22 to 24 week pregnancy update for you guys. I saw my midwife this morning for my 24 weeks appointment. I'm 24 weeks as of yesterday, so I'm 24 plus 1 today, so I'm just going to get right into it. So first off, I'll just update you on how the baby's going. This is the baby now. Oops, message. And here it says the baby is 34.6 centimeters and weighing at 660 grams. The baby's primitive memory is beginning to develop, implying that music and voices will be leaving an impression in your little one's brain. His spine has 1,000 ligaments, 150 joints, and 33 vertebrae. Blood vessels are busy developing inside the lungs and nostrils are beginning to open. Now that your baby has fully developed hands, loud noises may even prompt them to cover their tiny ears to shield them from sounds. And his skin has now changed from translucent to a more opaque in appearance. Bear with me. The cerebral cortex, the part of your baby's brain that is responsible for emotions, reasoning, planning, and ability to solve problems, is the most prominent part of the brain at this point. So that's that. So I was supposed to put my notes in order, but I didn't. I'll try and go through the stuff that isn't in relation to my appointments first, and then we'll get into my midwife appointments. So overall, how I'm feeling with this pregnancy is honestly not that positive compared to with Alina, and I'm not really enjoying it as much either. No, I'm not crying. I've got something in my eye. I miss feeling normal and I miss feeling 100%. I miss enjoying food without feeling like crap after. I miss being able to eat whatever I want without having to be cautious. It's been a little bit tough, I'm not gonna lie. It's a lot better from before in my early pregnancy, but yeah, it's just hasn't been the greatest. The only thing that really gets me by, honestly, is the kicks. Yeah, so the next one literally was that. I didn't even realize. What helps me get through the negative thoughts and, wanting to feel normal again is honestly the kicks and movements. It just tells me that the baby's fine. However, sometimes the movements can get pretty annoying because he moves like literally non-stop, and there's strong kicks too, so it's definitely different to when Alina was in my tummy. She did move a lot, but it wasn't like this, and I just feel like by the time it's nighttime I'm kind of just over it, but it is something that gets me through when I just feel like crap. So I was getting minor period like cramps every once in a while. It didn't last long, and I haven't actually got it in the last 2 weeks anyway, but I was getting those feelings since the last time I updated you on my pregnancy. If you look carefully, you can actually see movements from the outside of my tummy now when the baby kicks, which is exciting, but it's annoying because every time I feel like you're able to see it, I go and look, I lift my shirt up and I try and look. He ends up not moving anymore, so it's just, yeah, but I have been able to spot it a few times, especially feel it too when I have my hands on my tummy. I've realized in the last week my headaches have come back as well, which is really annoying, but I don't think I got it in the last 2 days, so that's good. But yeah, it's been coming back, and I've been really sore compared to Alina. I get really tired easily as well, like after just standing in the kitchen for like 10 minutes, 5 minutes, I need to sit down. I'm out of breath already. Yeah, it's just been really tiring to cook. Even when we went to the shops on the weekend, my entire body, especially my back, was just so much. It wasn't excruciating, but it is obviously, not comfortable. It does hurt. I found that on the lower back, upper bum section hurt a lot on my right hand side. Even on E day, my upper thigh on my right hand side was really sore for a couple of days, which was really strange, but it's gone now. But just a quick update on that. So basically, initially I was supposed to see my midwife like 16 to 20 weeks, I can't remember, I think 20 weeks, but for some reason they never received my referral, so my doctor had to send it again, which is why everything's a little bit short timing, if that makes sense. So I only saw my midwife two weeks ago, not even, and I saw her again because obviously the initial appointment, and then I see her again at 24 weeks and then again at 32 weeks. 28 weeks I will see my GP, not my regular GP, it's a GP at the hospital. But anyway, I had it all written down. So yeah, I saw my midwife at 22 weeks. Basically it just involved filling out some documents about myself, and then when I go inside to meet my midwife, she asked me more questions about my family history and previous pregnancy experience and labor experience, and answer any questions that we had. My midwife, her name's Amelia, she's really lovely. I did request, not with Amelia because that's just rude, I requested before I even got accepted to have my previous midwife, Bethany, but unfortunately she is on sick leave and they're not sure when she's coming back, so they couldn't put me back with her, which is fine. I am still in the same group as before, so that's good. But I don't remember ever meeting Amelia, but she's really lovely. I really like her. I think it's really important for the midwives to really sympathize with you and just really talk to you on the same level and just be, you know, caring. That was a really long appointment. It just came with me and Alina, and obviously, you know, talking about my placenta problem. So basically, based on my family history, I am considered high risk, in particular with diabetes, and I'll need to get the glucose tolerance test twice. If it comes back positive, then obviously I won't need to, but if it comes back negative, then I'll need to get it done again. Diabetes does run both in mine and Idris's family. In particular, in my family, it's on my mum's side and my dad's side. My dad has diabetes and my grandma has diabetes. So I didn't bring my purple book inside me, but basically it's a purple folder. I got one with Alina as well, and that's where they keep all my information, and then I just got to bring it with me on every appointment. And then she gave me some pamphlets to read as well, all sorts of stuff. She even gave me this book, which I'll show you. So this is the book that she gave me. I didn't get this last time with Alina, so this was introduced recently. It's just some reading material for a whole bunch of different information on pregnancy and after birth and during birth and food and taking care of yourself. Initially with Alina, I just got handed a bunch of pamphlets each time I went to my appointment. So this is actually really good that they've made it into a book now. So it's got like between 21 and 33 weeks. I haven't read it yet, but I love reading stuff like this. It's really helpful. So yeah, that's what I got given. I don't need to bring this to the appointment though, facing it the other way, because I've got my personal details on the side, and among other pamphlets as well inside my purple folder. Okay, so I found out more about my placenta. It's basically covering the entire cervix. Like, it's not even just covering like a little bit, half, or even like a line. It's actually covering the whole thing. And if you've seen how big your placenta is, then you'll kind of have an idea on how much is covering the cervix. Like, it's covering the whole thing. There is a chance that it will move, but my midwife did say it's more than likely it won't, and I may need a scheduled C-section, and she's pretty much referred me to a specialist to discuss it further. So yeah, I'm just waiting for that letter. I asked her about the placenta accreta, and she said that the scans will tell me if I do get it, so there's still hope that it won't come to that. If you don't know what placenta accreta is, I did mention it in my previous video, so I'll leave the link here. She did mention, as I also mentioned in my previous update video, that if I even have just a little bleeding, like even if I just wiped and there's blood on the toilet paper, I need to call for someone to see me straight away, even if it's just a little bit. But if it's heavy bleeding, just to go straight into emergency. She couldn't stress that enough with me, so that kind of freaks me out a little bit. But I did say in my previous video that I do have a high chance of bleeding because of having previous C-section before, and I just had to book for my glucose tolerance test before I went to go see her again today, which I did do that already. I did that on Tuesday, I believe, and I'll let you know what the result was in a second. And I also had to book my GP appointment as well for my 28 weeks, so that's already booked already. I'll see my doctor early next month. Yeah, so I'm gonna see my GP in like 4 weeks time. Alright, 2 days appointment. Wasn't as long as the first. It was a lot quicker. I didn't bring Alina this time because Alina did fine staying with Idris when I went for my glucose tolerance test, so we thought we'd just leave her here again as well. But in saying that, rewind back on Tuesday for my test. The test wasn't so bad from when I was pregnant with Alina. I remember my drink with Alina being a different color. This time this color was a clear drink. I swear from memory Alina's was red, and that was not that great. I remember struggling to down that, but this time round with the clear one, I didn't have trouble downing it. It wasn't too bad. Towards the end it started to get a little bit hard to get through. You only have like 5 to 7 minutes to drink it. However, it's only like a 300 ml anyway, but yeah, it wasn't that bad. And basically, I'm just gonna say this because I forgot, you know, last pregnancy was 2 years ago. Hang on a second. So basically at a glucose tolerance test, you have to book this, by the way. You can't just walk in, you gotta book it. When you first go in, they take your blood and then you drink the syrup drink within 5 to 7 minutes, and then you go back outside and you wait for like an hour, I think, 57 to, yeah, I think it was an hour, I'm not sure, I wasn't really keeping track. I was actually annoyed because the lady didn't really tell me the process, but I think it was my fault because she did ask me if I have done it before and I said yes, so I guess she just thought I would remember, so I guess that is my fault, but I would have liked her to remind me because I forgot. Anyway, waited outside. An hour later she called me back in to take my blood again, and then I had to go back outside again, wait another hour, and then I go back in for the third time to get my bloods taken, and then I was able to go. So that's pretty much what happens at a glucose tolerance test in Australia. In WA, don't know how it goes anywhere else around the world or state for that matter, but that's what happened at my test. She didn't get enough blood the first time around, so I actually got stabbed 4 times, which sucked big time. I hate getting my blood taken, but anyway, whatever. So yeah, that's pretty much it. After my appointment, I was gonna come home and make something to eat, but it took about 2 hours, 2.5 hours maybe. Obviously I hadn't had breakfast, only had a little bit of water, so I was really hungry. Ended up just getting a sausage and McMuffin meal from McDonald's and a coffee, and yeah, went home. And that's that. Okay, so today's appointment was really quick, which is a quick checkup because, you know, you see them at 20 weeks and 24 weeks, I think it's 20 weeks, whatever. My results was came back negative, which is good. Apparently it wasn't even borderline, it was actually really amazing, but due to my family history I have to go back again and get it done before my GP appointment. So at 28 weeks I have to book that. At least it came back good results, not bad. That's the main thing. She also mentioned about the placenta accreta. She pretty much was just telling me that my placenta is not over the line of where I had my C-section, which is good. So that means I won't have any problems if it comes to having a C-section. The only time that it will become a problem and I get placenta accreta is if it's over that line. But mine's actually posterior, which means it's actually at the back, not at the front, if that makes sense. So it's not at the front of where my tummy is, it's more towards my back, my behind, basically. So yeah, that was really good news too. And basically she asked me about if I got the letter from my specialist, which I haven't yet, but she was able to, because she knows that I've already been approved, and because I'm high risk they need to see me soon, so I'm supposed to see them pretty much next week as far as I'm aware. I haven't got the letter yet though, so when I do I have to message my midwife and let her know. But as far as I'm aware, it's on the 11th of June. I don't know what it will entail, but I am aware that it is in regards to my placenta being low, and then they've discussed about the C-section and all that stuff. She just also checked I think it's my heart rate or blood pressure, I don't even know. It's the thing that they put, like that wrap thing they put on your arm. Is that your blood pressure that they're checking or what? I have no idea what it is. Checked the baby's heartbeat, he was fine, but she asked how often does he move. I said like all the time, and she even said that he was even moving while she was checking the heartbeat, and she was happy with the baby's movement. I think I saw her write in my book that the heartbeat was like 145 beats per minute, and then I pretty much booked in to see her again at 32 weeks, so that's not for age, just like end of July. And yeah, I think that's really it. I had other stuff that I wanted to talk about only if I didn't have enough information for this video, but honestly I feel like I've shared quite a bit, so I might leave the other stuff out for another video. But yeah, so far everything is good. Obviously the placenta, either the specialist or the GP will get me to do the ultrasound scan essentially, and basically yeah, I just gotta get that done before I see my midwife as well, I believe. That's just to see if the placenta has moved, but I'll do another update. I'm not sure if I'll wait until I see my midwife for my 32 weeks or I'll do it again at 28 weeks. I'm not really sure, just depends how much information I have, because I don't want these videos to be too long. I hope I haven't really forgotten anything. I can hear Alina giving Idris a hard time, so I might actually go see if she's alright, but I'm gonna end this video here. Oh, I'll show you my tummy. I always forget to show you my tummy. I'll show you my tummy, even though it's only been like 2 weeks, I think. I don't even know when I did my last video. Alright, so that's my tummy. There you go. There's my tum-tum. Little man growing in there, nice. I know it's really hard to see because I have to have my shirt over it still, but yeah, that's him. I really do hope you guys are enjoying hearing my pregnancy update. I didn't do it with Alina. I like to watch other people's updates on YouTube, so I thought I'd do it too. But please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up as well, and check out my Instagram and give me a follow if you haven't already as well. That would mean a lot to me, and I'll catch you guys in my next one.